Two elementary schools that were on the chopping block will stay open. Why? After an emotional public meeting, board members say this issue isn't over. And UDOT asking for your opinion on its plans for Mountain View Corridor, what changes it wants to make. And the first ever collegiate world champions in pickleball, what these Utah Tech students face to bring home that crown.
Live and stream. This is KSL Today.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for KSL News Now. I'm Lori Pritchard. We're going to get to those stories in just a bit. If you're headed out to play pickleball, Deja Brown has got your traffic for you this morning. But first, Matt Johnson, nice morning to play some pickleball.
Yeah, dry weather up here in northern Utah. Down south, you might have to dodge the raindrops. But you know what? Most pickleballers know, hey, sometimes I have to deal with the weather. Let's get to those bullet points as we're talking about active weather down in southern Utah. And of course, in northern Utah, well, it's just going to be clouds today. So that's something that we're tracking. If we want to pull that up, there we are. Hey, how about it? Looking over the Salt Lake Valley, wow, thick clouds, threatening at times. But you know what? Not a ton in the way of rain expected in northern Utah. Here's your bullet points. Active weather in southern Utah today and potentially again tomorrow morning. It'll be snow up above 6,500 feet and some rain showers down in the low-lying desert valleys. Isolated showers sneak north, and we may see something out of it today and tomorrow. But all in all, things are looking dry for your weekend. Forecast today calling for cloudy skies along the Wasatch Front and highs topping in the mid and upper 50s. Deja, how are we looking on the traffic?
Well, Matt, we're not looking so great out there. Good morning to you as you're waking up and heading out the door. We've been talking about some congestion that we've seen northbound along I-15 through Draper. And this is the reason why we have a crash that is off to your left shoulder on the left-bound side here. On the left-hand shoulder, as you travel northbound. And we are seeing some congestion on the approach. Here it is, the icon just popping up on the map. So as you're heading out, you're going to start pumping your brakes on your approach to Point of the Mountain. We're starting to see some slowing there. Thankfully, no other issues as far as accidents are concerned. Your average speeds at 68 miles per hour. And we are seeing some congestion starting to build. I'm going to take a jump on the map on the westbound of I-215, traveling in the southbound direction. We'll talk about some of the impacts with that coming up in just a bit, Lori.
Thank you. Well, the votes are in for the Granite School District. The district will not close two elementary schools that were on the chopping block. In a long, emotionally charged public meeting, board members voted against closing Eastwood Elementary in Mill Creek and Morningside Elementary in Holiday. News specialist Brian Carlson is live for us this morning from the district offices in South Salt Lake. Now, Brian, we've been covering these stories for a long time. We often see that board members vote to close these schools. What was different in this case?
Well, when you look at how this situation played out last night, it appears that public outcry swayed their decision, especially when you look at how the board responded at the end of the meeting. Now, that doesn't mean that the issues that led to them recommending these schools be closed are going away. But for now, it is off the table.
Favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
Now, that vote coming last night in a room full of supporters fighting to keep the two schools open there in the Granite School District. Recommendations from the committee called to shut down Eastwood Elementary and there in Mill Creek and then transition Morningside Elementary and Holiday into a dual language immersion program. The Granite District considering the move over a large decline in enrollment. The decision to keep the schools open came after hours of public comment where parents and students alike both spoke out against closing them. Some said the passion behind it comes from the quality of the schools.
We are a school where students come, they stay. The teachers come and stay. The staff come and stay. And they want to send us to a school that's hemorrhaging students that can't keep teachers or staff.
Now, the Granite District, recognizing that passion and voted to keep the schools, but then called on parents who fought to keep those schools to direct that passion now towards long-term solutions.
This district cannot subsidize small schools. We have if the amount of time and energy that was put into you saving your schools was put into building up your community schools, we wouldn't be in this situation. So please help us.
So as you can imagine, parents, students, and staff at those schools breathing a sigh of relief here this morning. But with that low enrollment still being a factor, this issue not going away. Live here in South Salt Lake, Brian Carlson, KSL 5 News, back to you.
Yeah, Brian, and when you talk about low enrollment, you mentioned earlier this morning that one of those classrooms only has 4 students in it.
Yeah, Morningside Elementary, the second graders only had 4 for the entire school, 4 students for second grade there at Morningside, and then 9 teachers at Eastwood Elementary for the entire school. So that gives you a sense for how little volume of students both of these schools have.
All right, Brian Carlson, live for us this morning. Brian, thank you for that. We appreciate it. Well, bad management is the finding of the legislative audit for the Utah School for the Deaf and Blind. Parents are concerned about future services for their children. Between the 4 campuses, outreach programs, and infant screenings, USDB ended the fiscal year with a $1.5 million deficit. That audit says lawmakers haven't been paying attention, and parents say their kids can't afford to lose services. Legislative auditors reference major financial and management problems within USDB, and lawmakers move to further audit and identify a management system that offers more support and oversight. Well, developing out of West Jordan, Redwood Road is back open this morning after being shut down due to a deadly crash. A crash happened at 66 South. 2 vehicles were involved. West Jordan police say it happened just after 8:30. One car had at least 2 people inside and were transported with minor injuries. The other vehicle had just 1 person who was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but later died. The woman accused of killing her husband with a fatal dose of fentanyl will not be getting a new bail hearing. A judge issued that ruling saying there's not been enough of a change in circumstances for the reasons 35-year-old Corey Richens was originally ordered to be held without bail. Richens is charged with aggravated murder and attempted murder. Her nearly 2-month-long trial is scheduled to begin in February.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Call 911 right now.
This confrontation in southeastern Utah last year led to criminal charges for a woman authorities say was trying to illegally evict her tenants. Her name is Christine Rogers, and at the time she was chief public defender for Grand County. But after more than a year, the case against her has been dismissed. The prosecutor requested that dismissal right in the middle of the trial. During the altercation, one witness says Rogers knocked a phone out of her hands. When the prosecutor, attorney Craig Hills, went to submit the phone as evidence, defense attorney Ed Brass accused him of misconduct for introducing evidence without warning. Then the prosecutor made this surprising request.
I want to own up, this is my mistake. And based upon that, I mean, I'm feeling like I probably let a lot of people down, but I feel like what I want to do is make a motion to dismiss the case.
The judge agreeing, dismissing all charges against Rogers. We contacted San Juan County Attorney's Office to ask about how this case was handled. We did not hear back. A unique situation in central Utah. That area has 26 brand new mayors, all voted in at the same time. And that job can be tough in rural areas where there are less resources. Nephi Mayor Justin Seeley was reelected this year, but remembers what it was like the first time around.
There's no playbook. In fact, the playbook is constantly changing based upon the new laws that the legislators bring up.
All of these new mayors have access to the R6 Regional Council. That council is an organization of 6 rural counties in central Utah, helping mayors, city councils, and county commissions with things like writing new ordinances, road and water projects, and even applying for new grants.
All right, I got snowflakes coming down in Logan Canyon. This is Beaver Mountain out towards the lodge. And you can see those light snowflakes actively hitting the ground. That's what we like to see, but we need more of it, right? Especially in northern Utah. We've had a really slow start to the season. Radar active, but starting to lose steam here in southern Idaho and northern Utah. Logan Canyon with some snow showers for now, but you can tell these guys are about to end as they shift off to the north and east. South end of Utah County, right along that Juab County line, there are some light sprinkles to be found, but it's not amounting to much. Pretty much just clouds expected in northern Utah today. Southern Utah different. I got snow at the higher elevations, rain in the valley floor. Kanab, you're under the gun for another round of showers, as is St. George. Low pressure moving in, and that's going to keep those showers pumped into southern Utah today. We might get some leftovers across northern Utah. I've left it cloudy, but active in the south. Coming up in just a few minutes, we've got your 7-day forecast as we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving.
Sounds great, Matt. Thanks so much. Let's get you a check of your traffic. Let's start with the good news. I-15 northbound near 145th South in Draper. An earlier crash that was blocking your left shoulder has completely cleared. We saw some minor stacking as it was being moved over to the right shoulder, but now it seems that traffic is returning back to its normal pattern. Now, here's where we're seeing a different issue. This is over in Taylorsville near the intersection of 5400 South and 2700 West. If you have a crash here, it's actually in the opposite direction. You're not able to see it right now, but we are seeing crews on the scene near this intersection, and we are seeing some delays building on the approach. So locally, if this is your method of travel, give yourself some extra time. I'm going to say right now about 10 minutes worth of extra drive time this morning. Lori.
All right, Deja, thank you for that. Well, the last two people involved in a grisly murder nearly 5 years ago will serve up to life sentences in prison. The Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office says Nicole Solorio Romero was kidnapped back in February of 2021 because a group believed that she had shared information with police. She was taken to a home where she was interrogated and then killed. Her body was later found on the side of the road in Tooele County. Prosecutors say Carolina Marquez directed that kidnapping, even helped clean up the crime with her son.
This was a very heinous crime where somebody was kidnapped, and it took us 5 years to ultimately get everybody who was involved in it held accountable.
In all, 6 people have been charged and sentenced for their involvement in this crime. Rubicon Contracting is filing a second lawsuit against former Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes. Nearly 40 employees claim Reyes and his team abused their power by linking workers to false labor trafficking allegations that were later thrown out.
What has happened to Rubicon is not just the story of one company. It is a warning of what can happen when power is misused.
Employees say the accusations damaged their careers, reputation, and finances. They're seeking damages for lost wages, economic losses, and emotional distress. Utah Highway Patrol troopers sharing their frightening stories this morning. And the video we want to show you is disturbing, but this trooper did survive. Back in 2018, this is Lieutenant Cade Brenchley. He got out of his car to help a driver, and that happened right there in Sardine Canyon when another car hit him, sent him flying. He was rushed to the hospital with broken ribs and a broken shoulder. Brenchley says he's grateful he wasn't added to the list of Utah's fallen.
I think about that, all the time, and I think about how lucky I am that my picture's not up on that wall.
First responders say when you see them along the side of the road, please move over to avoid a crash. UDOT is moving into its next phase of the Mountain View corridor, and they want your opinion. The department wants to turn the highway into a freeway between Porter Rockwell Boulevard in Harriman and the old Bingham Highway in West Jordan. The plan includes 2 lanes each way, 25 new bridges, and ramps connecting to the existing highway. Construction is expected to start in the next 2 years, and they're asking for the public's feedback on potential environmental impacts. Well, this morning we're learning a 14-year-old tiger at the Hogle Zoo has died. Zoo officials say he's been battling urinary issues that began just a few months ago. Despite those treatments, they say his condition declined, leading to his sudden passing on November 14th. Nikolai arrived at the Hogle Zoo from Denver back in 2018. He was known for resting near the viewing window and was paired with a female tiger this spring. The World Ski Award has just shared this year's best ski hotel in the world. And of course, it is right here in Utah. Stein Eriksen Lodge at Deer Valley Resort beat out hotels from 23 other countries. This is actually the second year the lodge has taken home the crown. The other U.S. finalists was Hotel Terra in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and Goldner Hirsch in Park City. Now we just need to add some snow, and Matt, you were showing us some snowflakes.
Yep, and I got more coming, especially for southern Utah. Here's a look at northern Utah. We did pick up a little bit of snowfall over the weekend, but now, well, things are dry. Clouds out there, but a beautiful sunset last night. Ron Rasband with the credit there out of Alpine. Okay, 24-hour totals, pretty good. This is Duck Creek Village. They sit pretty high, so 0.5 on the water side of the scale, but we picked up about 5 inches of snow. Glendale, 4,500, a third of an inch for Canaryville and about a quarter inch for Rockville and Pine Valley. You get into Vail and St. George, well, we did about 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain. More rain in the forecast today as low pressure moves into Southern California and Arizona. That'll keep the showers in southern Utah, but northern Utah, well, we're going to be a little hard pressed to get some rain out of this. It'll be mostly cloudy with a stray shower possible. Not only today, but into tomorrow. Off and on showers and potentially holding on to more organized showers Thursday afternoon in the northern half of the state. Now, Friday, things really dry out and we'll keep some clouds, but I think some more sunshine's in store for the weekend. You'll notice down in southern Utah, 1/10 to a quarter just from today alone. Some of those showers could work into Richfield, maybe even the south end of Utah County. Better rain chances across the north there as we push those showers into the Wasatch by Thursday. Can't guarantee it, but I have seen a consistent trend from models that that's what we'll see Thursday afternoon. Okay, Richfield out towards Farron and Green River. You've got a chance for some showers down to the south. Valley rain and mountain snow, temps in the 40s and 50s. Cold enough in Panguitch that we might be able to do some snow showers. Heber's got 53, West Valley 58, across the Wasatch Front. How about it? Upper 50s, mild for this time of year. But man, we're going to be hard pressed to squeeze some raindrops out of this cloud cover. 58 to 55 weekend. How about it, St. George? Right around 60 degrees. Wasatch Front, we've got more. Mostly cloudy skies, 20 to 30% chances. And then the weekend, Deja, all eyes on the weekend, and I got more sunshine for us.
Matt, thanks so much. Well, a traffic alert to tell you about right now. We're seeing some problems in Davis County. This is southbound along West Davis Highway near 3500 South in Syracuse. We have a multi-vehicle crash here. One of those drivers actually driving into the barrier on the right shoulder. Traffic was briefly stopped on the approach. It is moving again in that only available open left lane. But we are seeing state troopers, we're seeing MAP vehicles, that's Motorist Assistance Patrol, working to get this clear. But again, this is a 2-vehicle crash, and you want to keep that in mind. Still dealing with a crash over in Taylorsville near the intersection of 54th South and 2700 West. Crews here also on the scene, causing some congestion on the approach as they work to get these cars that are involved out of the roadway. So tack on some extra time along these two main thoroughfares. We'll continue to watch it for you, as well as your other main arteries as you're heading out the door.
Turning now to consumer headlines this morning, a major victory for Meta after a 7-week trial brought by the Federal Trade Commission, a federal judge ruling that Meta is not an illegal social networking monopoly. The FTC sued Meta back in 2020, accusing it of violating antitrust laws through years of anti-competitive conduct by acquiring would-be rival sites Instagram and WhatsApp. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg testified, arguing the company had plenty of competition from platforms like YouTube and TikTok. Bitcoin now in the red after taking a drop that erased all of its gains for this year. It plummeted more than 28%, dipping below 90,000 just 6 weeks after notching a record high above 126,000 Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency has struggled to meaningfully recover since a flash crash in October when President Trump reignited his trade war with China. And just ahead of Thanksgiving, Heinz has a new condiment inspired by the 90s sitcom Friends. The limited edition leftover gravy pays tribute to Ross's after Thanksgiving sandwich that was made with leftovers. Heinz says it's made with real turkey broth. It's only available through Walmart when you buy a Heinz home-style turkey gravy. It also comes with a recipe for what Heinz calls the ultimate Thanksgiving leftover sandwich. Well, we had a bad flu season last year, and public health officials now warning this year could be just as bad. A second severe flu season is in part because of lagging vaccinations and a new mutated strain. The strain is called subclade K, and it's what's causing surges in the UK, Canada, Japan. Last winter, the U.S. had its highest rates of flu hospitalizations in nearly 15 years, the highest number of deaths on record going back to 2004. Utah's unusually warm fall is having some unintended consequences. Warmer air and water have fueled harmful algal blooms, with more than a dozen lakes, rivers, and ponds currently under advisories or health watches. Officials recommend checking the Division of Water Quality's website, especially before letting pets near that water. Draper City says it is suspending its landfill voucher program after noticing a huge spike in its voucher use. The city normally gives each household two $15 vouchers every July. They say from June of 2024 to July of this year, 800 vouchers were used. Compared that to just 26 that were used in the 2 years before. The city believes some users may have figured out how to duplicate those vouchers. Draper has told the landfill not to accept any more. They will later decide whether this program will continue. Well, ski season is here, or almost here. Bryan Head is getting ready to kick off the 2025-26 ski season. As of this morning, they're looking to make that happen this Friday. A first chair celebration is scheduled for 10 a.m., complete with giveaways, hot chocolate, and donuts. This video from Tuesday showing the conditions on the mountain. The resort says it's received more than 6 inches of snow in just 2 days. More is expected to come. And on top of that, they tell us low temperatures are helping them make snow and build up that base. We're all about the base.
Yes, we are. And there's more snow coming today. I've got valley rain showers and mountain snow showers up above 6,500 feet. Cedar City, you're 38 degrees with some showers around the area. Haven't seen a ton this morning. 44 in Provo and 46 in Salt Lake. The forecast for today, if you're getting the kids ready for school, hey, temperatures will be in the 50s, so mild for November standards, but still warrants a coat, mostly cloudy skies. Most of those showers will stay in the southern half of the state, mainly south of I-70. Northern region, clouds, and maybe a slight chance to see one of those showers sneak in. Deja?
Thanks so much. Let's get you a check of your traffic. We're seeing some progress being made after an earlier crash southbound along West Davis Highway, specifically near 3500 South in Syracuse. One lane of traffic, the left lane is getting by, but we are seeing the tow truck, MAP vehicles, and state troopers on scene. So hopefully we'll be cleared soon. Taylorsville, you are seeing some stack-ups near the intersection of 54th South and 2700 West after an earlier crash, but it looks like one of those vehicles involved has been moved out of the roadway. Quick look at the map, not seeing any residual delays on the approach that are making a big impact, and the same thing that goes for West Davis Highway. The only major congestion that we're seeing right now, I-15 northbound between Point of the Mountain and 145th South in Draper. Right along that stretch on the southbound side in the left shoulder, you will run into some police activity, so take it easy and be mindful of your speed.
Well, we are getting a first look at who will be headlining Kilby Block Party next year. Lord, the Double X or the XX, I have no idea. And Turnstile will join dozens of other artists at the Utah State Fair Park. This will be Lord's first ever Utah performance, and Turnstile is coming fresh off of 5 Grammy nominations. Organizers say the event has grown from a small block party in 2019 into a major destination festival for indie music fans. It'll be held May 15th to 17th, and tickets go on sale today. Well, Utah Tech University just made history, becoming the first ever collegiate world champions in pickleball. The club team here competed at a 3-day international event in Dallas, Texas, staying undefeated during this entire tournament. The university says players face competition from countries like India, China, Malaysia, Taiwan. The final round came down to mixed doubles against India, where a sibling duo clinched the title in a tight 22-20 win. Utah Tech athletes even earned top individual rankings, with 3 of them taking spots among the top 5 players in the world. So congratulations to them. That's incredible. All right, another incredible shot here. Downtown Salt Lake City. The sun is coming up on this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for being here with us.